We're putting even less effort into this Thanksgiving episode than we did last year.
Let's talk about that. Good Mythical morning and happy Thanksgiving.
Oh, there's no need to say that. Nobody's watching.
Right. As we discussed last year, so I'm talking to no one.
To no one, right.
As you didn't hear us say last year, and you're not hearing me say now, we're not putting any effort into Thanksgiving episodes because no one watches on Thanksgiving.
And that's fine. We're totally fine with that.
Yeah, we are fully prepared for this by being completely unprepared for this.
Yeah, and you thought that we didn't put any effort into last year's Thanksgiving episode? Well, we put even less into this year's, and for that, the Mythical crew gives thanks. It's time for title of episode, intentionally left blank.
Now, it seems like there was a little bit of effort because that was a sketch.
Somebody drew something.
Somebody sketched a title.
And somebody had to take a picture.
And then realized that, well, hold on, this is too much effort for no one to watch.
Yep, because that actually might be a good t-shirt right there.
It's just so hard to not put forth effort.
Well, you know what? Let's see how little we can do. Because last year we obviously did too much because we tried to do nothing and you ended up watching it.
I think more people watched last year than when we looked at the previous years where we tried so hard.
This year we're making sure you don't watch.
Right, so don't you watch.
Watch this.
If you're watching, don't watch. Don't watch this.
Let's center ourselves. We don't have to speak. No one says that we have to keep talking. We don't have to do one of those like where we just don't speak for a long time, but let's just take some time to center ourselves.
That would be comedic effort.
Right. And we've done it before.
We've done that.
Do you ever just do that?
What do you do?
I'm just
centering yourself.
Do you ever do that when you sit down and just think about the fact that there's this desk and we're here?
Oh, like being just this moment?
Being present and just
okay. Just to breathe like nobody's watching.
Yeah, just breathe.
Yeah, here I am. I can feel my butt cheeks on
Stevie,
this.
if you want to be present as well, you can.
No, I'm fine.
She's fine being elsewhere. Right butt cheek, left butt cheek, right butt cheek.
I feel like I could work on my posture.
Don't work on your posture. Don't put any effort into your posture. What's the most effortless posture?
That's usually what I'm doing. I'm just kind of like this. I'm always a little
kind of hunchy. What about a little?
I feel like you got pretty good posture. You sit pretty close to the desk, and you.
Yeah. So now I'm doing one of these. You know, I'd even pull this back. Did you just move a camera?
Yeah. Listen, Hitch, don't move the camera.
Don't put any effort into.
Just stand there.
Working. It doesn't matter.
Don't even look at what you're seeing in the camera.
That's right. Do something for yourself. Center yourself or whatever he was saying. I don't know. Right butt cheek, left butt cheek.
I feel like this is as relaxed as I could be.
We've had so much I've taken a nap. I made a 20-minute video of me taking a nap. So I've already done that.
This is nice. This is a nice space. You ever thought about that? This is a nice space. Do you ever just come into this space?
Yeah, I walk in here sometimes.
You ever come in and sit down?
No, I've never done that. It's like the final episode of Cheers or something.
I took a call in here once.
Really? At your seat?
Yeah. Because you were doing something in the office. Somebody was in the green room. And then I was like, should I go to an enclave? You know, we have enclaves.
You've actually done work at the desk.
Oh, I think
that's not performance.
I think
work.
maybe, when I say took a call, it was like probably from my wife.
Okay.
Not a work call.
Did you sit in your seat or were you pacing? Because I know you like to pace.
No, I sat down. It was like this. It was like, hey.
You just
It was probably like that. Hey.
Guess where I'm at right now?
I didn't tell her.
Guess what I'm
Because usually when I say, guess where I'm at right now, she's like, are you on the toilet?
Because that.
And I'm like, no. Why does it sound echoey? Because I'm tall.
It's a long way to the ground.
Yeah.
It bounces.
It always sounds echoey. If you really think about it, I always sound echoey. So that was what I did one time.
Maybe I'll come in here and work. When nobody's in here, it's pretty plastic.
It's a good height.
Yeah, it's optimized for.
It's higher than a normal desk. Have you ever noticed that? Like if you brought another desk in, it would be lower.
You know what? Let's do that.
Yeah, do we have another desk?
Do you have another desk? Don't go get another. I'm not asking for anybody to get a desk.
Do we have a measuring?
Don't do it.
I don't do that. Hold on, I'm going to do this. See, they're all at this desk. Don't put a camera on me. I'm going to go back to that desk and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to come back and see how it compares. And I can hold it real steady here. Now you watch. My hand is gonna. Can you move my chair? My right hand is gonna disappear. Watch this. When I hit the bottom,
I'll move it.
Watch this.
And let me put my hand on top of your other hand. So I'm going to measure the distance between your hand and the desk.
Okay.
I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to do this. And then, okay, now you can move.
Okay.
And then watch this. I'm bringing this over in front of you and watch this.
Then bring it up.
Look at that.
Oh, hold on. That's. I don't know.
So, no, it was about like that. You messed me up, but like.
You got bigger as you came up. Your hands didn't come up at the same speed. yeah. But
no,
you get. You see
I mean,
my
it was literally that much shorter. I would say.
Literally,
it's that much taller.
Yeah, it's bigger than average desk.
I think my bathroom counter height. I assume you have that. You have a higher bathroom
I have no
counter.
counter in my bathroom.
Oh, really?
No counter. That was one of the things when we redid the bathroom. I said I don't want to be able to put anything on any surface.
You just have a couple of buckets.
We just put things in the corners, kind of around the bottom, and then there is a sink.
I know you have a higher.
No, I don't. Actually, because we haven't redone our bathroom.
Oh.
In fact, it's really, really low. It's probably about like that.
I'm still gonna get a ham this year. This is year 2.
Yeah.
I've actually already ordered it.
Well, as you should.
I thought that went over well last year.
Well, I wasn't there, so I don't know.
Oh yeah, you weren't there. It went over well.
And I won't be there again. Sorry. But we will also have one where I'm at.
So all of that flack you gave me, and then you weren't even there, and you're not going to be there.
It wasn't for me. It was for you. I wasn't helping you for my sake. I'm not even a ham man. I do like ham, though.
It's a great ham. Honey baked ham, you know. Honey baked ham is paid what this episode is worth paying for to sponsor, which is nothing.
You can, just so you know, you can also just go to the grocery store.
Not as good.
It's not as good, but that's what we got last year at my brother's house. Kind of a last minute thing. We were like, well, we should have some ham, and we sent the nephews. Well, my nephews, my brother's kids, and my kids. So it's interesting because when my nephews and my kids get together, it's like my brother's kids and his nephews getting together. You know what I'm saying? Because my kids are his nephews and his kids are my nephews. Do you understand what I'm saying? so just follow along. You'll get it. When my kids and my nephews get together, it's the same as my brother's kids and his nephews getting together. Because my kids are his nephews. And his nephews are my kids. No. His nephews are his kids. No. His nephews are my kids.
And your
his
I do
and his
understand
kids
that.
are my nephews.
Right.
Yeah, so they all went to the grocery store. And then we got on a call. because there's a few items that we needed.
You didn't give them a list?
We gave them a list, but then you know how it is when you give your nephews and your kids a list, or your brother's kids and your nephews, and your brother's nephews and his kids.
Your brother's nephews.
Which is kind of the same.
Your nephews and your brother's nephews.
All the nephews. When you give all the nephews and all the kids a list, and then when they get there, you realize, oh, there's some other things that we need. And that was when, between the time that they left and the time that they got to the grocery store, that was when my sister-in-law was like, I think we could use a ham. And I was like, well, I think they probably have like nice hams at the grocery store. And they had a real nice ham at the grocery store that was probably a fraction of the price that you paid for a honey baked ham. We didn't have to wait in line.
You drove $100 for a honey baked ham.
Yeah, this was a $49 maybe at max. Maybe max $49.
It's about half as much.
Is that a Harris Teeter situation?
You know what? It was a Harris Teeter because that's a
good.
really nice grocery store
in
North Carolina.
I wouldn't say it was really nice. Harris Teeter's not the nicest grocery store.
In North Carolina?
But they're...
It's like Ralph's, but it's like a really nice Ralph's. Maybe a little bit nicer than a Ralph's. Have you been into one in North Carolina recently?
It's got a pub in it.
No pub, but the thing I noticed about the grocery stores in North Carolina is the aisles. You could drive a F-150 down an aisle in North Carolina. It's like they're preparing for possibly needing to take cars inside there.
Or to double their aisles.
Why? Yeah, or to add more aisles, exactly. Have you noticed this, Stevie, how wide the aisles are?
Oh, big aisles in North Carolina, yeah.
The first time I came to California and I went to a Walmart, I was like, I could touch both sides of the aisle with my hands. I was like, what the crap's going on?
Well, our aisles out here, if you stop and there's any sort of something special that's not contained all the way within an aisle, there's no way to get past a stopped person.
You can't have two carts.
You can barely have two carts.
You can just get two carts.
In an optimal clear aisle.
North Carolina, you can get 5 carts.
So you can have
sideways.
A cart sideways, another cart, and then you could still have... It's like a 4-lane.
It's a lot harder to block an aisle in North Carolina if you need to do that. I haven't really had to.
See? I'm sorry. It just doesn't matter.
Don't try to stop it. That would be hard.
That'd be effort. I'm not gonna stave off a burp or a fart. I mean, you're secretly hoping I'll fart. Honestly, it's like, what are we gonna call this? No effort.
Link farts.
We give up. We give up again. I don't know. What did we call it last year?
We have something to promote, but I don't know if I want to do it.
Well, the thesis of promotion is that there's someone who is susceptible to said promotion watching.
I'm not going to go get it, but you can see that back there. Don't get a shot of it. That's the Mythical Guess Who game. It's a real collaboration with the people who make Guess Who. It's a quarterly item. It's been brought to my attention relatively recently.
You have to be a third-degree member, right?
That's what I want to talk about.
And so if you're not a third-degree member, you have to join by what time? Let's get that out of the way.
By when?
You got to...
December 31st.
December 31st. That's quarterly or annual?
Quarterly or annual. Okay. That's when
It was a little bit of effort.
I just want to...
It was like a voice effort from over there.
I just want to talk briefly about something. So
that qualifies you for it.
The way that society works is there are 3 degrees. If you're a third-degree member, one of the perks, maybe the biggest perk of a third-degree member, is you get the quarterly item, the quarterly collectible. Like if you are a third-degree member,
and how much
already,
additional do you have to pay for it?
Nothing.
What? So it's free?
It's free. You're actually, by being a third-degree member, you're getting the quarterly items for free. That's how the system works.
Or maybe you're thinking that your monthly or annual fee that you pay for a third-degree membership covers the collectible. So
well, that's another way to say it.
Free.
Right. But if you are a third-degree member, you get the quarterly collectible.
I like saying it's free. It's free.
It was brought to my attention recently that someone said something along these lines. They said, boy,
I'm just going to take a leak.
I would have joined. I wouldn't have joined so early if I knew I could get that by joining now. What do they say?
They basically should we mix in the sound from the bathroom into this episode?
Yeah,
That's-
yeah.
You think? Because that would be
His microphone's still on.
Yeah. Okay.
Keep it
Well,
on.
great. We'll just have some of that too. They basically were like, I would have joined Third Degree for Society earlier had I had known that the quarterly collectibles came with the membership.
So they did know.
No.
They did know, but they didn't know.
They didn't know. They thought that you had to join Third Degree and then you had to pay more for each item. Like it was just an access thing.
Right, and a lot of people, some people liked that comment, which gave you the impression that other people thought the same thing.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to clarify now, because apparently we haven't done a great job of it, is that if you are a Third Degree member, you get the quarterly collectible.
You're still talking about
kind of
this.
the reason to be a Third Degree.
Okay.
And then when we
That's
say,
enough. You're
if you
selling it
want
too hard.
this, you got to join by a certain time.
Too much, man.
We're talking to people who haven't yet joined Third
Too
Degree.
much.
Yeah, Link, we heard you pee. We did not hear you wash your hands
Or flush.
or flush.
No, we did. We did hear you flush.
It's not true. I did flush.
But you didn't wash your hands.
I did wash my hands. Look.
It was brief.
What's that?
It's just
Was
cold
it,
hands.
were you using the silent water? The silent sea?
Wetness. No, I wash my hands. Look. Can you tell?
No, how long are we going to play this bit that you washed your hands? When I'm being told you didn't wash your hands.
As long as it takes.
It's just, well, it's a bit too much effort to contribute to this bit. But I hope you didn't turn off your monitoring.
No, that's what we're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, you took it off.
James took the headphones off.
You still recorded it. Okay.
But
well,
it went to the tape.
you could mix it in,
We will.
Oh, we will.
We are.
It was.
and then,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but that would be effort. That would be a lot of effort.
No.
Well-
Turning it down would be effort.
Exactly. We did discuss this.
Oh,
while
it's
you
just
were
in
the
there.
bathroom.
It's just in there.
Okay, I'm fine with that.
Typically,
Let the
a pee
tale
break
of
would be edited
the
out.
audio tape will tell the tale, and it already has. You heard it.
I don't think we did.
I did a little tinkle, I did a little sprinkle, and I did a little flush, and I did a little hand wash.
Good.
Smell it.
I'm not going to smell your hands. That's not how we confirm.
Plus, I didn't pee on my hand.
Right, because you went hands free, right?
Yeah, I do what I always do. It's more of a raise the roof kind of
Yeah,
thing.
right. Yeah.
You know?
Always go hands free.
I don't understand the people who the urinal guys who go with a high prop.
I saw a guy with both hands up recently, like he was being arrested.
He's being arrested.
Yeah. He was waiting to be. I did pat him down.
Did you pat him down?
Yeah.
On the inside?
I went up. Wait. Oh! That's the sound he made.
His pants were.
They stopped. Yeah.
I don't like to touch more than I have to in a urinal situation. I can't tell you how many times I've been at a urinal, panicked because I thought I was in the women's restroom, and then I realized, but wait, I'm at a urinal. I've literally had that internal dialogue probably 150 times.
What? What do you think is going to happen if you end up in the women's restroom?
I don't know. I've never been in there. What goes on in there?
Well, I mean,
A lot of toilet action.
you've been
I think.
in one
Not a lot of urinal action.
If you're at a restaurant and it's a one at a timer and the men's is, you go
Yeah,
on
I've been at a
women's.
one at a timer when it was like a semi emergency situation.
It's really nice in there. Typically, yeah.
There's so much less spray.
Yeah. And I don't contribute to it.
Like the
I just
floor
sit
of a
down.
men's restroom is just teeming with just urine pools.
We shouldn't talk about this anymore.
But
We
it's
should probably just stop
But
talking.
it brings me strange comfort to know that I am indeed in a men's restroom.
If you would like to subscribe,
Don't do it today.
this is not the day.
If you'd like to click a bell,
Do it tomorrow.
not today. If you'd like to know what time it is,
Oh,
not today.
okay.
Hi, I'm Carrie from Paducah, Kentucky, and this is my pet turkey, Tom Tom. Say hi, Tom. Cat's got your tongue. Now it's time to spin the wheel of mythicality.
That makes you feel something, doesn't it?
What was that noise at the end? Her stomach? Or a growling turkey?
You don't have to, but there is an option to click the top link to watch us read from a telephone book from 1984 in Good Mythical.
And to find out where the Wheel of Mythicality is going to land.
If you want the Mythical Guess Who game, join Third Degree Quarterly or Annual by December 31st, mythicalsociety.com.